We are up to week 3 of the Get Shit Done challenge, and today we're talking about batching content and time blocking. Hi, I'm Sam Nordberg, and as I mentioned, we're not doing a weekly mini training at the moment. We're doing the Get Shit Done challenge because sometimes you just have to knuckle down and get stuff done. Today we're talking about batching and time blocking, two concepts which relate to putting things together. So batching is the process of doing a series of stuff that is the same together at the same time. So that's doing a whole heap of tasks that are the same type of work together. For example, if you've got videos to record, you've gone to all the effort to put the video camera on and plug the microphone in and turn the lights on. Hell, you may as well record several videos rather than just one. It's much more time efficient to do them all in a row than to do one a day or one a week. That batching concept works the same for anything though. If you're in the middle of doing data entry, you may as well do all of the data entry for a week rather than do dribs and drabs every day. You've already got the software open, you've already got the paperwork out you need, and you're in that focused headspace for getting it done. The same concept works though to creating content. Rather than sort of writing a bit here and writing a bit there, why not dedicate a day to writing several blog posts? You'll be in the mindset for writing, you'll have secured yourself some quiet time, you'll have blocked out the distractions around you, and you're going to achieve a hell of a lot more by deciding that you're going to get all of that stuff done at the same time. Now, maybe you don't have multiple videos and multiple blog posts to write, but if not, you can still use this concept. Batch tasks together that are the same. So maybe you have writing tasks. Maybe you've got writing emails and then writing web copy and then writing a blog post instead of multiple blog posts. They're all writing-based tasks and they would all go well batched together rather than jumping from one different type of task to the other. You see, multitasking is a complete lie. We really don't multitask well. All we're doing instead of multitasking is we're switching from one task to the other quickly. And realistically, the brain doesn't do that well. It takes time to focus. It takes time to get back into the swing. It takes time to find and spot and go, where was I up to? What was I doing? It takes time to get your head around a bit of software again if you haven't used it for a while. So rather than jumping in and out, it makes the most sense to continue doing that task for a longer period of time rather than a shorter one. Now, that's not always fun. Okay, I get it. Rather than jumping in and out of things when you get bored, you're going to have to focus and actually work on something for a period of time. But the results are incredibly impressive and you will get much more done in a shorter amount of time than you would have done if you tried to do that thing across 5 or 6 different days. So that's batching. Batching is putting things together that go together. Time blocking is where you then take time on your calendar and you block it out for a specific thing. In this case, I'd block it out for a specific batch of things. So rather than just having a massive to-do list and randomly getting to stuff when I feel like it, I have a spot blocked out on my calendar and go, right, that is video recording day. Or right, Monday morning is content creation time. That way I know if I ever have content to create, I just drop it into that time block. Now, this is one of the best ways to get organized with your schedule. It also makes it heaps easier to know what to do when. So rather than trying to do content creation every now and then or when you get round to it or all over the place, it always happens on a Monday morning. That way, if you've got something you need to create, you just schedule it for next Monday morning. You don't have to try and squeeze it in now. You don't have to try and worry about it. You just know that it happens next Monday morning. Now, to do this, you do need to be a little organized because that means if you need content on a Friday, you've got to create it on the Monday. But it's really useful for being able to organize your time, to be able to see how much time you spend on things, and to be able to make sure you get dedicated time for things so you don't just get too busy or lose track. It's really easy to have things on a to-do list that you just never get around to. You've got those things, right? They just move further and further down the list and you go, oh yeah, I'll do that one tomorrow or I'll do that one next week. You never get to it because you haven't specifically blocked out a period of your time on your calendar yet to do that thing, which you need to do. So these are my 2 recommendations for today. Start looking into batching and time blocking. So for example, on my calendar, I spend Monday morning on content creation. I know I'm most productive in the morning, and on that day, I create any blog posts that need to be created for the week. I will schedule any emails that need to, but any content that is going out to my market is all done on that Monday morning. And that way I know it's prepped in advance for the week. On a Wednesday, it's dedicated to either running face-to-face facilitation like workshops, or if I don't have that, it's normally scheduled for things like recording video or servicing academy members. I make sure it all goes on the same day so that I know what I'm doing, I know what I need to do, and if I've got a task that needs to happen, or if I've got a workshop I need to run, I just schedule it for Wednesday because I know I've got time, because Wednesdays are my day for doing that. I don't have to fight with my calendar all the time because I just know that that's where it goes. So really start to go and have a look at your calendar and work out where you can time block things together. And then inside those time blocks, batch tasks. It makes your life so much easier if you've batched similar tasks together, and if instead of doing things one here and one there, you're doing them all at the same time. So that's your challenge for this week. As part of your Get Shit Done, go back to your list, look at all those things you've got to do, and start batching them together. Just start smashing through blocks of things that are similar rather than doing dribs and drabs all over the place. It's going to make your progress so much quicker. Now, jump over into the real life Facebook groups. I'm going to leave a link down below for you. That's where we're talking all things Get Shit Done challenge. That's where we're talking about these things like batching and time blocking, and it's all happening down in that private Facebook group. So use the link below and make sure you come over and join us. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit subscribe. I would love to have you here. And you can also check out some of the other videos on the channel that might interest you.